Well, Litt, you might have the most appearances of anyone during Something in the Water weekend. You got what, about four different ones?
Yeah, I got
Uh,
4 performances down there.
what's that mean to you to have such a big spotlight in your hometown this weekend?
It's really an awesome feeling. I really haven't digested it yet, but it's really amazing to see the work that I've put in come to fruition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like how long of a journey has it been for you? How old are you, first of all?
I'm 24 years old,
Okay. And
so I've
how long
been
have you been doing this?
about 5 years now. So it's about time that I'm, putting feet to the ground and getting it done.
Yeah, and you just had a new single out, what, 2 months ago or so?
Yes, I think it was like February 18th. I dropped a song called "Adore You," and it's out everywhere on all streaming platforms. A nice little
Cool.
R&B love song.
And how'd you get involved in music? So you went to Green Run High School?
Yes, I did. I went to Greenwood High School. All my life, I really was playing instruments. I was playing violin, I played bass, and then I played electric bass at church. So, and all my family is like musically inclined. So I was just like, just a part of it. And then when I graduated high school, I just started recording my own vocals and things of that nature. So, and it just took off from there.
Who else in your family? You said a bunch of people play instruments, and
My grandmother and all her cousins, my dad's cousins, and my cousins. So it's just like a generational thing.
what's your church?
Herald of His Coming Church of God in Christ. Oh, they changed. I think they changed their denomination, but it's Herald of His Coming. It's in Norfolk on 27th Street, I believe.
And what's your favorite instrument to play?
Bass, electric bass. Yeah, for
And who are
sure.
some of your influences? First of all, I guess for bass and just in general, who are you listening to?
In general, I haven't been listening to a lot. I've been listening to Kai Infinite's new single with Pusha T, and I've been listening to Coco Jones, and I think his name is Leon Thomas. But I literally just been listening to 3 songs. That's it.
And then Kai Infinite, he's from Virginia, right?
Yes, he is amazing artist. Like I'm a real fan.
What makes him so cool?
His music is just so like effortless. You know what I'm saying? And it's just always a vibe, and it's usually positive um, lyrics and things of that nature. So it's just easy to relate to him.
Yes, y'all are on. Just to veer off for a second, you and Shaolin are on the same record label, correct? With Pusha T?
Oh, we're on the same management.
Management. Okay.
Yes, RVG management. Yes,
Okay. And you own a music studio, correct? I think
I
I saw.
do.
Yeah,
Yes.
where is that? And are you producing
It's
your
on
own stuff? Do you have
3
help?
Beach Boulevard and London Bridge.
Cool. How did that come about? How'd you
So
buy that?
I was always recording my own vocals like when I started making music. I took my cousin's equipment and I just because he wasn't using it. So I just started recording me and my buddies. So eventually when I moved into my own apartment, I was doing sessions out of the apartment, and then I worked in the studio, then I went back to the apartment. And after I had to move out, or before I had to move out of the apartment, I was like, man, I talked to Brian, and literally the same day we talked, we went and got the studio. And he just helped me he helped me put the down payment down. And then ever since then, that was 2 years ago. Ever since then I just been, booked up.
And what's the name of your studio?
Oh, I just call it Litt Studios because every time somebody call them, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm at Litt Studios. So, you know.
And can you talk a little bit more about Brian and how he helped you get everything together?
Oh yeah, Brian, he's amazing. He's very resourceful and he will help with whatever he can do. So I actually met, this was like probably like I think it was like 2.5 years ago or something like that. I had met with Chris a few times, Christopher Toon a few times, who's Shaulin's manager. And I was like, man, I want a manager. I don't want you to do it because I know that you'll be tied up with Shaolin, but do you have somebody in mind that I could, talk to? And he was like, I know exactly who. And he was like, Brian Owens. So I met up with Brian, and off the bat, he was just down to do whatever he had to do. So he helped me set up my LLC for my business. He runs a Black business brand. So he's very business oriented.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of this stuff, he just helped me set up business wise. And he helps me travel back and forth from DC and things of that nature. And he just looks out for me and makes sure I'm good,
What's been the most fun part and the hardest part about owning a studio, and kind of who are you bringing anybody else in to produce for?
So I've had a few people come in and out. I think the hardest part is to find an engineer that you can really trust and, trust to get the job done the same way that you'll do the job. I think that's probably the hardest part. And the hours are kind of, 12, 14 hours a day in the studio. Sometimes it's bearing on your ears and things of that nature. But other than that, everything it's all cool. Like, I just make do with what I got. And it's fun to help people find their sounds, and people come back and be like, yo, G, you helped me find my sound. And you know what I'm saying? The people trust me with their art. So I think that's the best part of it.
What do you look for when somebody comes in and you're like, I want to kind of focus on that sound? How do you go about that? It's just kind of a vibe?
I really, sometimes I'll find a similar artist that like they might sound like, or sound like, not sound like, but you know what I mean? Like somebody that's similar. Mm-hmm. And I'll try to think about how the engineer would engineer that person's voice, and I'll kind of focus it that way. Or we'll just experiment, especially people that don't exactly know what they want. Just experiment, that's what music is, so.
Yeah. And so what's next for you? I know you just put out a new single. Are you looking to possibly do an album?
So the next thing will be another single with a music video. We're working on that right now. And then around fall, I'm going to drop a project. It may be a live project, or it may just be, studio project, but we'll see. You'll see.
And you performed at Broccoli Fest, correct, on the main stage?
I did.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Almost a year ago. It's like full circle right now. I performed on main stage, and it was crazy. It was about probably like 10,000 people. It was raining. It was probably supposed to be like 20,000 people out there, but it was a good 10,000. I don't even remember being on stage, really. I just remember I did my call and response thing, and it was like a roar coming back to me. And then I performed solo, and it was crazy.
You've got the good, like, G, Lit, G.
No, so I just said, it's like, hey, yo. And then I said, I. And when they said I, it was just like a big,
How did you get involved with that? Who set you up with Broccoli Fest?
So basically, being on Instagram, just searching to find people. And I ran into Made in the DMV, and they're based out of DC. And they just cover, obviously, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And they were like, we have auditions for Broccoli Fest. So I was like, well, let's see. Let me get involved. You know what I mean? So I took that chance in the drive, and Brian met me out there, and Chris met me out there. Also, Tyler Donovan was at the tryout too in Batman. Well, I went out to the tryout, and I was like the third to last person out of 25 artists or something like that. So I went on stage, and I just did what I do, and they were eating it up. And then we did like a
what did you perform for them?
Solo. Did you say who or what?
No, just saying that. What song did you perform?
Solo. I performed solo.
And you wrote that about a solo cup, right?
Yes, I did. It was just sitting on my bar, and I heard the beat. I was like, I want to do some Erykah Badu Philly, like just melodic wise, I looked over and I was like, solo, because it was a solo cup just sitting there. So I freestyled the whole song, laying down, really. I was in the chair, like leaning back and stuff. So
Are you gonna get the penthouse suite with ocean view this weekend, boss?
I got to, yeah. I got it. Yep, I did.
What was the writing process while we're on that song? What was the writing process? So Erica Badu is a big influence for you.
Yeah, she is. I think I really just wanted to be on some like a player type vibe, and I just pictured like rolling down the strip or like rolling down in Vegas with all the big buildings and lights with the windows down. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make something that you could vibe to and that also translates good live. So I didn't really write. I just freestyled it bar for bar. I just went in and just,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Oh, and so yeah, so Shallon's the other up and coming artist on y'all's management team.
Yep,
She said on Friday that y'all were sort of opposites of each other. Would you think that's the case? Where would you say you compare and kind of contrast in styles?
Oh, our styles are definitely opposite. She's very when it comes to her music, she's very laid back, calm. And I think mine is more in your face. So, and I think she's more, I wouldn't say she's more lyrical, but she's more like, yeah, I would say she's, I don't know. We are just very opposite though. We're very opposite when it comes to the music.
What's y'all's relationship like? Are y'all planning to possibly collaborate on something or?
We've talked about it. I think it's more of a thing that when it comes to pass, it's just going to happen, something natural.
Now, you could see her this weekend. Who else on the main something in the water stages and also the community stages? Who are you looking forward to seeing the most?
I'm looking forward to see Kai Infinite on April 27th at the Bunker because we're on the same ticket, and I think he has another show at I don't remember, but I'm looking forward to see him. On the main stage, that's something in the water. I think I'm looking forward to see Pharrell and Friends, and I believe Summer Walker's supposed to be there. I'm excited to see her.
Who do you think? Who do you think is going to be in the Friends? We've already got a couple of people, but who would you like to see?
Huh?
Who would you like to see in the Friends? I was there the first time. I was like, oh my God, it's Missy Elliott. Like people, you're like, you kind of expect, but when you go out there and they actually come out, you're like, oh my goodness. Like,
yeah, oh my gosh. Well, he brought Jay-Z out the first time, so I don't know if he brings out. I don't know. I don't know if he could top that one right there.
that was a big one. I don't know. Rihanna, maybe not, because I guess she's pregnant, but I know A$AP Rocky is going to be there.
That would be crazy. Or if he could bring out Kanye.
That would be wild.
That would be insane.
Also, where are you excited? So if people are coming, you're from Virginia Beach. Yes. Where would you say, if you're trying to experience a local kind of vibe, not just at the festival site, where would you go to dinner? Where would you go to hang out? What are some of your spots?
At the beach or just in Virginia Beach?
Just in general, yeah.
I love to go to Footers. They have amazing wings. That's on Princess Anne. I've been going to this place by my studio called the Pizza Box off Virginia Beach Boulevard.
Heard of them.
Everything on the menu so far. I love to get the Greek salad, and I get like some wings or something amazing. I love to go to Bee and the Biscuit and the Bee. I think it's Bee and the Biscuit. I love going there.
Are you excited for strawberry season? They got in Pungo.
Yes. That's pretty much all that those are my 3 spots right there.
Cool. And where can people see you this weekend? Can you give us a rundown one more time? So
on Thursday, April 27th, right before the festival, we'll be at the kickoff at the Bunker. The show starts at 7 p.m. and I'm on around like 9:15. And then on Sunday, I will be at the Love stage on 24th Street. And then right after that, I'll be on the 30th Street stage.
So you've got three or four different performances.
Oh, I have four. So
Four.
on that Friday, the next day, I have a show on 16th Street at the Fun Family Experience Center.
That's something indie order. That's you
Yes,
and
it is.
Shaolinn, correct?
Yes.